kill off this Olaf, and they'll be able to do so. Hannah is a bit too late with that Glacier Fissure and a great explosive cast. Forces out the flash from this Malphite. Malphite tries to get away, but Cena will proc that GA with the Sonic Wave and the Residue Strike. Fredo timing up the body slam, and they'll be able to knock him out and claim the
we can see that Flare using that pre-empty headbutt right there, and now Ragnarok has been powered.
Shockwave?
Shockwave right there. A very nice shockwave right there by Robot 7, but Flare still having that. But will be able to tank that with the Unbreakable Wheel, and now we'll be able to try to make a run here. But is it going to be enough? But no. Flare Potato will be able to go down here, but for some reason, it is still not enough to take down Team Angkor for rule number 1.
Finally, speaking of that, something is happening. It's going to be the engage. Xeno dropping very low. Last Fresh coming in, but Glacier Fissure is going to lock up Fredo. Xeno goes into the stasis, lands the Sonic Wave. The GA does get popped. Fredo goes back in with a re-engage. Body slam forward. Pops the GA of this Malphite. Flare, where is he? Still walking towards his team. And now the Sonic Wave lands, but no one's going to follow up. And speaking of Flare, he will be finished off by the command attack. Fredo comes in with a body slam. They're going to try to take out Reem, but Reem turns around with the bullet time. Fredo ticks down. Forced to pop the Ragnarok, but he has to back out because the rest of Rule number 1 is collapsing. A great bullet time and a shockwave takes out the GA of Nash. Fredo with a Slither of Fell, still pretty much alive. Flare props the Unbreakable Wheel. Fredo gets burned down as the Max as well loses his GA. Nash getting 2 kills on his side. The Unstoppable Force completely misses from Private Block. Slightly unfortunate right there. Private Block goes for the recall, but gets knocked out by the headbutt and polarized. Fredo running forward with the explosive cast. Knocks both cores into the wall. They're gonna run at Reem, and Reem just absolutely bursted. His GA is gonna go down, and he's gonna come back to life. Is there a shockwave onto all 5 members of rule number 1, but there's no follow-up from Team Angkor. Double kill for Bax. He goes on a killing spree. Glacier Fissure miss. Here comes Ruby GMK. Nash goes into stasis. Hannah jumps towards the Olaf with a stand behind me. He runs at Bax, but his Ragnarok ran out. Comes in with the undertow. Reckless swing for a triple. Bax gets himself a triple as well. And it's rule number 1 with the ace. Unfortunately, Team Angkor, they only got 3.
Lovely fight right there. I love how Bex was on towards the side of Team Angkor. They're looking opportunity to close out the game. Nexus will be will go down, and eventually rule number 1 will take game 1.
For rule number 1 to start the dragon.
Nash is just on point right here, and now we can see like Reem Angkor with the bullet time trying to make that attempt to steal again, but now rule number 1 knows that there's no bullet time available for Reem Angkor. Perhaps maybe we can see Xeno will try, Nubi JNK will try to go on and take him, but will get knocked down here. Is already out, and Xeno will go on and chase on towards Hannah here, and Nash will get another pickup on that new pick up the kill on towards that Lee Sin there.
Time for rule number 1 to just use that Rift Herald to further shove in a lane and prep for Baron Nashor. That is exactly what they did. You can see the entirety of rule number 1 just launch an ambush. Easy kill with the Robot 7. Hannah Gaming gets completely caught up by surprise. You can see Bax runs in, tries to go for the standard side. Bullet time plows through everyone, but Bax gonna cash in on their first big stack of adoration. Legendary for Nash. Gave him a double kill. There's gonna be a full ace for the side of rule number 1. They completely mopped the floor with Team Angkor. At this point, just gonna try and go for the kill. Nash again, perfect execution. Xeno gets himself another kill. The Unstoppable Force with the counter engage is not gonna work out. Xeno gets a double for himself. Flare from downtown. Here comes Flare with a flash again. Double and polarize. The shockwave actually hits onto Nova, the Unbreakable Wheel, as he cancelled that. Nash is legendary, and it gives Xeno a dominating history. 4 down.
Like Husky said, and a very nice play right here.
BGMK, they finally winning that. Coming to the shockwave, completely missed. Glacier Fissure hits onto 4. Hannah Gaming with the Unbreakable. They come in with the bullet time, but at this point, the damage of bullet time is just not sufficient. The J does pop. Reem trying his best to look at Bax spinning axis. 2 more down for the side of Team Angkor. Dire the situation is. The mid inhibitor turret does go down. Rule number 1 looking for the second game to place themselves on serious point, and Team Angkor, they gotta make the hoorah, and again hit by Polarize. Shockwave misses. The Dragon Form from Xeno will allow rule number 1 to cap off game 2. That is it. Serious point for rule number 1. They are 1 game away from being crowned the Grand Champion. Highlanders gets popped immediately. Newbie JMK goes in with the Alpha Strike. They get a great Dragon's Rage from Xeno on the 4. They follow on with the Shockwave. Knocks Singulating from Private Block is not enough. They bring out the Unbreakable, but they will be broken regardless, as Robot 7 is going to kill off the Oriana, but in the end, Team Angkor already lost 3. They are going to be made in 4. Rule number 1.
Right here. And Flare, they come right here, and 5 seconds already fight, and Flare will be able to go down here, but probably will survive right there, and you know, Fireflock will try and make something happen here.
Go into mess around, but Flair immediately engages with a headbutt Polarize. It's just the buy time for them to take out inhibitor turret though. As rule number 1, they're going for the win. They won that 20,000 ringgit. Nexus inside. They're gonna pet their KD a bit as they pummel on that drone. Nexus goes up, and rule number 1 are your grand champions.
GG, well played right there.